Hey YouTubers, this is Dave here from Active Fixings. Today we're going to be fixing a loose hinge where the screws have stripped out of the jamb of the door. If it's in the door, it's going to be the same concept. This is a solid wood door. It's like a pine frame, so there's a few tools that we'll need. A pine dowel or any dowel will work. Screwdriver, hammer, glue, a drill with two drill bits, a size 3/8 and a size 1/8 or smaller diameter than what your screws are. Also, some kind of saw that will cut the dowel. Other than that, that's pretty much all you need to fix this. Other YouTube channels I've seen out there, they use golf tees, toothpicks, wooden kebab skewers, but this is very accessible. You can go to your Walmart, pick up a dowel in the craft section, new screws if need be in the hardware department. It's a fairly cheap fix. It's very easy, with very few tools. The only power tool you need is a power drill, unless you get a manual drill from a yard sale, flea market, or a swap meet or something like that. Like I said, this is very simple. All you do is you take out the screws that are stripped. They're screwing out, so they're not completely stripped. Other than that, they pull right out. They're stripped where they're not holding the weight of the door. So I'm pretty much taking them out. Like this one here is not even coming out, so with me screwing it. You can take the door off, pop the pins. If your door has 3 hinges, you don't really need to pop the pins to pull the door off. Just remove that one, as long as the other 2 are fine. If the other 2 are not fine and are stripped, you will have to take the door off. This has only got 2 hinges on it, but it doesn't need to be really pulled off. Just kind of work at that to get that screw out of there. Might make it easier for you to pull it off. I'm not going to pull that off. It'll be a simple fix for me. Now you got the 3 holes here. It looks like it's been off and on before in different spots of the door. But all you do is you got to drill out those holes bigger to the diameter of the dowel you have. So if you have a 3/8 dowel, you're going to drill out 3/8 hole with a 3/8 drill bit. If it's a 1/2 inch dowel, you're going to do 1/2 inch. I wouldn't go more than a 1/2 inch, because then you might go outside your hinge placement, and you don't want that to be seen. So we'll drill this out. Alright, I got my cordless drill. You can have a corded, doesn't matter. A 3/8 drill bit. Just stick it in the hole. Drill them out. Go in about an inch. If you want to put tape on here, you can. That'll, so you don't go too far into something else. There should be some studding back there. Sometimes the studding's a little ways away, because when they put the door in, there's shims and whatnot. But the jamb itself is only, like 9/16 thick. Sometimes up to 3/4. But drill those all out, all 3. And then you're going to get your dowel. Easy way. I mean, your dowel is going to be 4 foot usually when you buy them. Actually, this one was 36 inches before I've used it before. It might not fit in your doorway. So what you can do is you can cut that down, cut it in half, say. I'm using a coping saw to cut my dowel. Like I said, any kind of saw you can use to work, use it. I know coping saw is fairly cheap for anybody on a budget. You might $10 or something at Walmart. So I cut my dowel in half. Okay. You want a somewhat square cut, so make sure your cut is square. Stick it in there. You can take a pencil and mark how long the length is, or you can put your finger here, pull it out about an inch long, go a little bit less, and cut it. You're going to want to do that for all of them. Since you're doing it, do it all at once. My funny thing is here, my dowels are falling behind the door. I still got standing, so I'm gonna have to move the door. This one goes in farther. Well, it doesn't need to be that far. So you have all 3 of your little studs for, or plugs for your door. You're now going to need your glue. I'm using Type On 2. You can use any premium wood glue or any wood glue that will, it'll work. Any wood glue will work. Pretty much just cover your dowel piece. It'll be a little messy. Spread it around on the dowel. Shove it in to the hole. You push it in with your finger. If it goes in hard and it doesn't want to go in, use a hammer, knock it flush. What I mean by flush is that you want it completely level with where the door hinge sits. So glue all over them, stick them in. Okay? You got a little excess glue, just wipe it on there. It's just wood glue. It's going to be underneath the hinge. It's not going to be seen. The glue on your hands can be, cleaned off with just regular old warm water. Now, if you'd like, you can wait for this door or for the dowels to dry with the wood glue for 20 minutes or so. You really don't have to. Because as soon as you start putting the screws in there, it's gonna expand some and press out on the outer part where you drilled, and they are gonna stick in place. With soft dowels, you don't have to pre-drill for the screws as much as like if you got a hard dowel, like an oak dowel or something like that, and you're trying to fix this with a harder dowel. So if you're gonna use hard dowels, pre-drill for the screws. Put your door back up there, see where the hinges are gonna, the holes are gonna hit. Center them, pre-drill, 1/8 inch holes, or whatever the diameter of your screws is, a little less than that. When you're pre-drilling, you get your hinge up here, you're going to want to mark before you drill, or if you have another person holding the door, they can hold the door up so you know exactly where to drill. So here you go, pre-drilling. I'm only going to pre-drill about halfway through that dowel thickness or length that I had put in there, just so the threads will start to go. You notice that that one there pushed in a little bit. That's where you might want to wait 15-20 minutes for that glue to take hold a little bit. Now all you do is take your screwdriver and your screws that were in there, blow off any sawdust that from the drill. You're gonna take this. I'll use my mouse. Stick this up there and start one of your screws by hand. Like I said, if you have another person to help hold your door, it'll be way easier. Don't go crazy tightening it, just snug it up. You don't want to strip it out again. And there's your fix. No more looseness. Door shuts great. No issues. Thank you for watching this. Hope this helped you out.